Edward Jones. Ironman Baseball is also brought to you today by Honda Suzuki Polaris, Can-Am, and KO of Jackson, Dan Daly State Farm Insurance, Brian Moore Construction, Southern Ohio Smiles, the Jackson County Health Department Search Program, and Hot Head Burritos. And now let's go live to Pete Wilson for every pitch of the entire game, live from Sparky Haller Field on 105.3 FM and AM 1330 WYPC.
Okay, we're here at Dick Sparky Haller Field, just minutes away from another game of Ironman baseball. The Ironmen at home again, this time in a non-conference game against a Lucasville Valley team from the Southern Ohio Conference Division II, a team with a little bit of a deceiving record. We'll tell you about that in a minute. But, Dan, we get all kinds of weather in the spring, but we're on the other extreme this evening.
Hey, I'll take this extreme anytime. We were 3 layers deep on the first game we broadcast this year, and I'm in shorts on this one. And very comfortable out if you like 80 degrees weather. It's a beautiful night out, very clear sky. We just mentioned it could be a little challenge for right field tonight. They haven't had that many of those bright Sundays out there, but right field, first base, second base, they could have a little challenge with the vision tonight, but that's a good thing because that means the weather's good.
Right, a few puffy clouds out in the sky, but it's going to be a sun field for sure out there, and probably the hottest game of the year. Not much help from a breeze either, up to 4 to 5 miles an hour coming from the south, according to what the phone says. So, very good conditions, hot weather for this one.
Some people are on listening to us on radio. Some people are watching us stream this one. The Ironmen, I always like this. It's kind of that light gray uniform with the red numbers on it there. They were the all whites last night. Jackson coming off a very big 10-2 win last night over Chillicothe. They have upped this record to 17-4, Pete Wilson, and we're minutes away from trying to get an opportunity to get win number 18 on this season.
All right, and we're just ready for the national anthem, the Star Spangled Banner, and we're on the air, so listen along, folks. Okay, there you are. Star Spangled Banner has been played, and we're just very close to the start of this game, this non-conference game. And, of course, Dan has already told you, Ironman 17-4 now, a far cry from when they were 3-3 early in the season, winners of 11 in a row, first place in the Frontier Athletic Conference. This game will have no bearing on that, but certainly on the Ironmen's minds as they get ready for a big 2-game series against the second-place team, Miami Trace, next week. But certainly, Dan, the Ironmen want to win every game, but they want to keep the positive momentum going into that big 2-game series.
Well, remember, we talk about a Division II sectional tournament draw is this weekend. We will know Monday night when we're probably going to be broadcasting the biggest game of the year because it will be a game against Miami Trace for a Frontier Athletic Conference championship if we win. And then if not, that moves it to Miami Trace, and that will be for a championship. If the Ironmen win one of those two, they are the league champs this year. But sectional draw, the sectional district draw is coming up, and that is so important this weekend. So that's, an 18-4 record in Division II is going to stack up very nice with all the other teams in there. And we asked Coach McGraw what he thought about, where his seating's going to be, as he said, kind of anywhere from maybe 3 through 5. And I would have to think the potential for an 18-4 draw, that looks to me a little closer to a 3 than a 5. I would hope so. But we are then going to get a luxury one way or the other to host a sectional game here at Sparky Howler Field, which we will certainly have on the air and be covering. That'd be a lot of fun.
Coach McGraw, very philosophical, says you got to win them, got to beat them anyway, wherever the seedings are. But it does look like Jackson for sure should host one game, at least in that section. We're ready to go here, and the Ironmen are going to start a sophomore, Eli Ray, on the mound. And he is facing Jakin Rideout, the leadoff hitter and first baseman for the Lucasville Valley Indians. Coach McGraw told me before the game, no matter what, he expects to use 3, maybe probably 4 pitchers in this game, this non-conference game. Of course, circumstance can alter cases, but that's because the Ironmen did lose a game this week because of a rainout. They want to have all their pitchers ready and not rusty when they go into those games against Miami Trace next week.
Eli has pitched some very good innings for this Jackson baseball team this year.
That pitch is on the outside corner for strike 1. Scoreboard right now not operating, it looks like, but I believe the count to Rideout is 2-1. Ray, a sophomore, got some good innings in this year, gets the start tonight. That pitch swung on and missed, a fastball, 2 balls and 2 strikes.
We'll hope they get that scoreboard. We've been spoiled tonight, Pete, or this year with that beautiful new scoreboard out there.
That's our crutch.
It certainly is, especially if the umpire's not real, demonstrative there and letting us know what's going on.
Ground ball to Simons, goes to his right, long throw across the infield. Did he tag him? Yes, he did.
Out.
The throw pulled Jones off the mound, but he did a very good job doing a swipe tag as Rideout went by, and it goes down as a 6-3 ground out to start the game.
It's a way to get things started there, and that was hit nicely, and Ryan Simon has been so solid at shortstop there. That throw pulls Gavin. Talk about the shortstop to first base throw there, 2 of the better players in southeastern Ohio.
Here's Gabe McNeil, the center fielder, and that fastball is outside ball 1. Talked to Coach Nolan Crabtree, the veteran coach of the Indians, before the game. Hitting is a strong suit for the Indians. Hitters 2 through 7 through the lineup hitting .330 or above. That pitch is a nice fastball in there for strike 1. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Not seeing all of their games with their 6-9 record, you'd have to think their pitching is not one of their strengths then if they hit the ball that well.
We will see. And there is another pitch, a little bit outside this time. 2 balls and 1 strike. Ray throwing mostly heat so far. Here's his next pitch. And that is popped up out of play, off to the right side. 2 balls and 2 strikes. As we said, 86 degrees, warmest game of the year. Look out at the flag over the center field fence, hanging limp, so wind probably not going to be an issue unless it kicks up later. 2-2 pitch coming. Called strike 3 on the outside corner. Took something off of it.
Yes, he did. A little curveball on the outside there. That was a nice pitch there.
McNeil was either fooled or did not agree with the call. Shook his head there. Tate Queen, the third baseman, comes up. So Eli Ray has retired the first 2 Indians to bat. Purple and gold are the Indian colors in case you haven't seen them play. Timeout called. Indians play in that tough Southern Ohio Conference Division II, Dan. So, that record could be a little deceiving. They are 4-5 in conference games.
Well, we know what that league is like. Very tough. It's a very top-heavy league always. Wheelersburg, Minford.
Nice curveball. Took something off that one, and it's in there for strike 1, a beauty. No balls and 1 strike.
Some great rivalries in that league.
Ray looks in. 0-1 pitch on the way. Took something off that one, and it's just a little bit low.
Just a little low. That looked like a pretty good pitch.
Yep, 1 ball and 1 strike.
We got the count up on the scoreboard, Pete. We're going to be better broadcasters
and
for that.
We're back in business. Just in case we're not paying attention. 1-1 pitch. Called strike 2 on the outside corner, and believe the strike zone might be just a little bit bigger than last night.
I hate to say it, but I thought the previous pitch was a better pitch than that one. That was pretty high and outside.
1-2 pitch, just outside for ball 2. Some of the coaches have told me that they feel the strike zone is a little bigger overall this year, and you can get that outside pitch called a strike if you're close.
Well, as we have said too, umpire by umpire, you got an inning or two to figure out about what his strike zone is. They all are going to vary a little bit. They're human.
That 2-2 pitch was just off the plate, so we go full to the number 3 hitter in the Valley lineup, Tate Queen. Payoff pitch coming. Here it is. High and away, ball 4. And Tate Queen gets a 2-out walk. And so the inning continues for the pitcher and the cleanup hitter, Nolan Barnett.
Probably he didn't mention, I wouldn't think this would be their ace going against us tonight if they had other league game contests, but being a cleanup hitter and a pitcher, you would have to indicate one of their better players for sure.
They did have a league game last night against Portsmouth. And, you know, normally you're saving your best pitchers for conference actions and your rivals. That pitch is outside, ball 1. No rule that you have to do that, but that tends to be the practice. The 1-0 pitch from Ray. Over the letters for called strike 1. 1 ball and 1 strike. Ray, not worrying too much about the runner, throws off-speed pitch in there for strike 2. Nice pitch. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
That curveball started about a foot inside and ends up catching the inside corner of the plate.
Ray takes a glance over at first. Here he comes home with the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Put one just off the plate there. Nolan Barnett sticks his bat out there but does not reach it. In the inning for the Valley Indians, no runs, no hits, no Jackson errors, 1 runner left on base. At the end of the first half inning of play, the Lucasville Valley Indians 0, and your Jackson Ironmen coming to bat. This is Jackson Ironmen Baseball on Fox Sports 1330 AM and 105.3 FM.
Financial advisor Chad Niddle of Edward Jones is a proud sponsor of Cincinnati Reds baseball on 97 Country the Bull WCJO.
I'm Chad Niddle, your Jackson Edward Jones financial advisor. I believe feeling rich is less about reaching a magic number and more about living life on your terms, with financial strategies that help support a life you love. Because the key to being rich is knowing what counts. So contact me today at 740-286-4872 and let's find your rich.
Edward Jones, Member Securities Investor Protection Corp.
Sir, we're receiving an urgent message from Honda Suzuki of Jackson.
Stand by. It's the Polaris liquidation sale. Everything must go for a limited time only. Hurry into Honda Suzuki Polaris Can-Am and KO of Jackson now for the best selection. Check out the full inventory at HondaofJackson.com or call 740-286-4956. Yes, we have it on radar. Look at that big red roof. Do not wait. Immediate financing available. The Polaris liquidation sale happening now. Honda Suzuki Polaris Can-Am and KO of Jackson.
And we're back here at the bottom half of the first inning when the Ironmen will come up for their first turn at bat against the hurler for the Lucasville Valley Indians. That is Nolan Barnett, who ended the inning by striking out. Now he's out there on the mound. The Jackson lineup looks a little bit different today, as a few different players in there or in different positions. Leading off is Boston Campbell. However, he's not out there defensively. He is the designated hitter. Ryan Simetz is in his regular number 2 position. Nolan Johnson batting third in left field. Gavin Jones, first base, is the cleanup hitter. Noah Ernst, he of the grand slam home run yesterday, bats 5th as the catcher. Ramey Wine is the third baseman hitting 6th. Jensen Green, in the lineup tonight, batting 7th in right field. And Cade Wolford in center field batting 8th. And Tucker Williams in the batting order and in the field at second base batting 9th.
Boston had a 2-hit performance last night, a single and a double, stolen base.
Swing and a miss on an off-speed pitch, and the count goes to 0-2.
And a number of solid putouts at second base. Tucker Williams, another outstanding infielder, getting that position tonight.
Campbell in a hole, 0-2. Here is the pitch. And that is popped up a mile high in the infield. The second baseman coming in. The shortstop cuts over in front of him and takes it. Out number 1. And Dan, that didn't look like that was a very easy play.
No, it didn't on there. And the shortstop actually ran a long way for it. Kind of looked like maybe the second baseman's ball. He called him off and on the dead run caught it, even though it was an infield pop-up.
Ryan Simons comes up. He Bats in the number 2 hole. Is the shortstop, has hit 3 home runs this year. First pitch to Simon is in there for called strike 1.
Ryan scored 3 runs last night. No hits, but he got on with 2 walks and got on by an error. Always involved.
Pitch to Simets inside. Curveball. Didn't break quite enough to get the inside corner. 1 ball and 1 strike. This will be the Ironmen's last game before they play a crucial 2-game series, a championship deciding series against the Miami Trace Panthers back-to-back Monday and Tuesday.
Folks listening, put it on your calendar to get out here and cheer on this team trying to get a Frontier Athletic Conference championship Monday night. We'll be here, but come out in person and watch this team. It's a beautiful field, and hopefully it's a pretty night that night. It'll be Jackson versus Trace.
And the pitch is low and away to Simets, and now the count goes to 3-1 on the Ironman shortstop. Back-to-back games here on Monday, then Tuesday, the long trip to Fayette County and Miami Trace.
If they win Monday, they're league champs.
And
if they lose, they can still play for a league championship the next night.
That's right. Well, let's just take care of business on Monday. What do you say?
At our place.
Exactly. The count to Simets is 3-2 after he fouls a pitch back at the screen in front of us. 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Took something off that. Had Simets out in front, and that is 2 up and 2 down for the Ironmen. Here is Nolan Johnson, the left fielder.
Coming up left for the Ironmen, number 5, Nolan Johnson.
Barnett rocks and fires an off-speed pitch called strike 1 on the inside corner. Good arm motion there. It looked like he was throwing a fastball, and it was much slower than that. 0-1 pitch. Drops down again, and this one is outside, and the first base umpire asked to say whether Johnson swing, and he did not. So it's 1 ball and 1 strike.
Nolan had 2 hits last night, hit by a pitch also, scored all 3 times he got on base.
Over the outside corner with a change-up curve, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Barnett shakes off the catcher twice, and now he's ready with the 1-2 pitch. And that is a bouncer to the shortstop. Shortstop's got it. Long throw across the infield. Took him off the bag, but then he got his foot back down. And so Johnson is, or is he, no, is he safe over there?
He's out.
He is out.
He gave it an out signal, but they're still going to play. He's safe. I think he did pull him off the bag. Umpire first said out, now safe, and I think he checked his foot then.
Okay, yeah, kind of a deceiving call over there.
Boy,
at first
Nolan
base.
was really motoring it down first base. He was right there anyway. It was a bang play.
I think he's out if the first baseman doesn't take his foot off doesn't have to take his foot off the bag. And the pitch to Jones is in there for strike 1. I'm going to have to call that an E6. Johnson hustling down there, but I believe he would have been out if the play would have been executed the way that it should have been. Not an easy play with Johnson running. Off-speed pitch is outside for ball 1. 1 ball and 1 strike. Johnson's got some speed, of course. We know that from football. He's over there at first base. See if he's doing anything as a 2-out base runner.
The order was strong.
And there's a
night.
line drive into center field. It's going to go over the center fielder's head. Here comes Johnson. He's coming to third. I think they're going to send him. Here he comes. Cut off to the shortstop. There will be no throw home. Gavin Jones with a rope over the center fielder's head. He was playing back there deep as it was, and Johnson comes all the way around to score. Ironmen lead 1-0.
Wow, Gavin just hitting better and better as the season goes. Had a couple hits last night, scored a couple runs, but boy, that was a shot. When you drive it right over the center fielder's head, that was a poke.
Right, it was
dead center field.
Right at the center fielder, but it was too high for him to get it. And no time to get back because it was hit hard and fast. And the first pitch to Noah Ernst is down low, ball 1. Noah Ernst, of course, had the big hit last night. Ironman's 10-2 victory over Chillicothe, a grand slam, made a 4-2 game and 8-2 game. Pitch to Ernst is in there, strike 1.
Spoke to Noah a moment after the game, congratulating him on his hit. I said it looked like one of his 300-yard drives. He's a pretty good golfer also.
Okay. Well, he might have had a birdie on that one because he hit it a long way. And that pitch is fouled at the plate, took something off of it, and Ernst just barely got the bat on it. Count to Ernst is 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Boy, when you hit one a long way, it even is more exciting when they got bases loaded. Broke that game last night open.
It certainly did. Pitch off speed again, but it's low and away. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Coach Josh McGraw, not sure when I asked him last night, but he thinks it could be 7 home runs maybe through his team. I know of 6.
We've seen, I think, 5 of them.
And that pitch is hit way high in the air to center field. Center fielder is camped right under it, though, and he's got it. So a long fly ball, but easily caught out there in center field. The Ironmen do break through with the first run of the game. 1 run, 1 hit, 1 Valley error, 1 runner left on base. At the end of the first inning of play, it's the Jackson Ironmen 1, the Lucasville Valley Indians 0. This is Jackson Ironmen Baseball on Fox Sports 1330 AM and 105.3 FM.
Southeast Appalachian Regional Community Health of Ohio is proud to present The Search Project. The Search Project through the Jackson County Health Department is a program designed to decrease the negative impacts of COVID-19 and other public health issues and promote healthy behaviors through the deployment of community health work. The project is funded by CDC and serves 11 counties in southeastern Ohio. For more information, contact the Jackson County Health Department at 740-935-6322.
Osborne Equipment Service.
Is Ralph there?
You sure you've got the right number?
Is he there?
Well, what's he look like?
He's got white hair and spots.
Is Ralph your dog?
He's a Dalmatian.
Why would he be here at Osborne Equipment Service?
You always say you have something for everyone.
We do, with service for trucks, trailers, buses, and RVs, and we're family owned and operated. Maybe you should look in your backyard for Ralph.
I'll just call his cell phone.
Your diesel specialist since 1979. Osborne Equipment Service in Jackson, Ohio. Call 800-937-3501.
Okay, we go to the top half of the second inning. Ironmen leading 1-0. A 2-out double by Gavin Jones got in that run. For the Valley Indians here in this inning, it will be the 5, 6, 7 hitters. That's Jace Copley, Carson Powell, and Nick Queen. Ironman's defense a little bit different, as we suggested by the batting order. Noah Ernst is the catcher, as usual. The pitcher today is Eli Ray. And then in the infield, Gavin Jones is at first. Tucker Williams gets the start at second. Over at shortstop, as usual, is Ryan Simets. Down at third is Ramey Wyatt. In the outfield, Nolan Johnson in left, Cade Wooford in center, and Bodie Wooford gets a day off at least to start the game. In right field is Jensen Green.
Possibility we might see Bodie on the mound before the night's over.
That very well could play into that decision.
I think he's actually walking down to the bullpen as we speak to maybe warm up.
In there for strike 1. 1 ball and 1 strike. Right, well, Coach McGraw said he wants to pitch maybe 4 pitchers in this game. Bodie would be one of them. Maybe Irvin.
Xander Irvin was an opportunity. Going to get a pitch, few innings possibly. Eli Ray certainly had a very good first inning. 2 strikeouts, no hits, 1 walk, but a 0 on the scoreboard.
2-1 pitch is called strike 2 over the outside corner. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Pretty good command by Eli so far. Works very quickly out there. 2-2 pitch coming, and that is popped up way high. A center fielder coming in, the second baseman going back, and looked like Cade Wooford's going to call everybody off. That ball carried a little bit farther than I thought it did. Both the shortstop and second baseman went back, but obviously an easier play there for Cade coming in on the ball, and the first out is recorded here in inning number 2. Carson Powell, the shortstop. Coach Nolan Crabtree told me that Carson Powell, he listed Carson first as far as players he's very happy with so far this season. Hitting very well and playing a very good shortstop, and also one of their top pitchers. Maybe their top pitcher. Valley, by the way, Dan, 1 senior on the team, 6 freshmen and sophomores in the starting lineup.
Wow.
Very young team. Fastball is a little bit high, 2 balls and no strikes.
Coach McGraw always says he'll head home after a game and do a lot of scouting till late in the night. It's interesting, Ramey Wyatt playing right up on the edge of the infield at third base. Rest of the infield is back.
Ray threw that last pitch in there for a strike. 2 balls and 1 strike. And there's a foul back to the screen. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Valley has been snake bit this year. Our research department did some work. That means I talked to the coach before the game.
Yes.
Of their 6-9 record, they have either been ahead or tied going into the 5th inning every game, and yet they've lost 9 games. They've had 6 extra inning games, and they've usually lost. He says they just need to learn to close out some of their games. And that pitch is down low, ball 2. Also, against Wheelersburg, who leads their league right now and is undefeated in league play.
How many times have we said that?
Right. They lost to Wheelersburg in 11 innings, and then they blew a 3-0 lead in the 5th inning the second time they played them. So, you know, this team is pretty good. And that is ball 4. And so a 1-out base runner becomes Carson Powell on the walk.
Jackson, on the other hand, as we said, a very gaudy 17-4 record. But remember, of the 4 losses, Pete Wilson, 3 of them were of the 1-run variety, too.
Yeah, Jackson.
3 heartbreakers in there. Jackson
really, I think they had the one game down in Myrtle where they lost 6-3 or something like that to a team from Wisconsin.
That's been the only non-1-run game, yes.
That pitch is way outside ball 1, but Noah Ernst spears it to keep it, to make sure that nobody's going to advance, and there goes Coach Morgan Williams out to have a look at Ray. I'm not exactly sure what he sees there. Maybe just because 5 of the last 6 pitches have been balls, maybe he sees something.
Well, we've seen this happen a lot this year where Coach Williams heads out there just to talk over things with his pitcher, but whatever he does, usually a lot of success follows it. Now, he might be seeing a little something with his mechanics to just kind of remind him on, but usually after a visit to the mound by Coach Williams, pitchers usually kind of settle down and get the job done.
Well, you know, if you're talking about using maybe 4 pitchers, at least 3, you know, you're usually normally going to pitch 2 innings, maybe 3 at the most. So he could be telling Eli Ray, just relax. You don't worry. Let it all hang out there. We've got the relief is coming. The cavalry is coming. In there for a strike on a fastball. 1 ball and 1 strike. That was the Morgan Williams touch at work.
Yeah, absolutely. Eli certainly has velocity, doesn't he?
He does. Seems to be confident out there for a sophomore. 1-1 pitch coming, and that is a little Tigger. Is it going to go foul? It does go foul. Good play by Ramey Wyatt picking it up after it went foul, because I'm not sure you're going to throw anybody out on that play.
Yep.
Count is 1 ball and 2 strikes now to Nick Queen, the right fielder, who is the batter. Get on strikes back in the batter's box after laying down first base on the fall. Swing and a miss. And then pitch. He had to go down and get it, but didn't get it. Pretend plate with 2 strikes because of and strike out 3 through Eli Ray. And here's the designated hitter Isaiah Carson Powell on it. Eli Ray has thrown over against anybody so far, and that's a swing and a miss on a high fastball. Might have been out of the strike zone.
No, Ernst gave a threat to throw behind the runner at first base. Held on, but aggressive. Keep runners intact that way.
And that pitch is fouled over your street. All right, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Eli Ray on the head, 8 hitter. 1 run, but now the center lead in this non-conference game. 1 pitch. Oh, wait. Wound up. Strike 3 call there. I mean, he said we had to think
on strikeout call, but that's 4 strikeouts in 2 innings for Eli. Nice start.
In the inning for the Valley runs, no backers, 1 runner left on base. Middle inning, it's still Jackson 1. The Valley. So this is Jackson Ironmen baseball. Sports 30 and 105.3 FM.
Home, your street, city's new and cookies in the wind. Being on the wall, featured in a doorway. The one thing in the world that you better than anyone else. Vinton County National Bank. Well, you buy me beautiful share space where you can let you love your sum. Or promise. BCNB. You now here. It's BCNB looking for our member FDIC equal housing lender.
Your day with a lost over such a grill for lunch. Not a backward penalties. And here's a big beach whether it's breakfast, lunch, dinner, or something for you will.
Ironmen last night is a so they Pete, listen, he got 4 straight times.
The ball on 1 baseman's got it under the diamond. See off the base, Tom can come and sure he could sweat tag White coming by. So White hits it hard on that right third baseman. Here's Chance to be today. Said to be outstanding. Saw him make a great play out in when he got to play in one of the games that we
got to catch one game this year. Obviously hard to get in front of Nurst as a catcher, but I did a great job on that. I never called the post so that he's the top catcher in the area. He's right behind one of the very best.
And that ground ball, the third baseman, and knock it down going to his right. He went along to get.
Now, you give me a hit on that one.
I give him a hit on it because you know what? I don't set it over first. Right. So that's great.
Okay. Good job, Jen. First, what? This is.
And there's a bouncer. First one after the chance to get first. A lot of players going to double play, but Cade actually beat it out pretty good over there. Hard bounce, third base, made it second. First, not close to Cade. Becomes the new baser at first base. He only wishes to bring out force 5-4.
The High made it an easy play. If he gets one more opportunity, he's going to be out first. Opportunity to them down to second base. So.
And the Valley coach out there,
second base shook up on play, but he's going to walk it over. Chase Crawford walked out onto the field to go see if he did the assistant.
Our eyes off there to see what can also win this switch.
Second baseman out there, just Hunter going to hand it off.
Quick throw for Dave. Go in. And now he's ready. Deep center field high. Back. And it falls behind. Here comes Wolf. Here goes ending. He'll play the plate. Like the center field. I'm going to one, but I don't know whether he touched it or not.
I would think so. And also notice the little dust. I think a little further the center fielder thought it. It's over his head.
Hit a long way up here. The already play. RBI double. Pitch is for strong. Tucker Williams getting over the 9 hole and RBI. 2-0. Pitch up and get away from the chip. Not far to think about.
He just couldn't see how far it got there.
Right with the third, the last catcher. So maybe a little more than it, especially outs. Pitch a low away. Campbell.
Second